What's up, fish tank people? Dustin's Fish Tank's bringing it to you with another pond update. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I want to give you what's been going on in the pond in a 2-week time period when I was actually gone on vacation. Took a little RV trip with the in-laws around upstate New York. Had an absolutely epic time, but a lot happened in the 2 weeks that I was gone. I think there's a lot of lessons that you all can take away from this. In today's video, I'm going to give you an update on what's going on with the invasive species that are overtaking my pond. We've got some bugs that are overtaking one of my favorite plants. I'm going to trim that plant up today. I'm also going to show you all the importance of roots and an accident that I came home to that luckily my boy Josh was able to clean up. So here we go. It's summertime. Excited about Aquacella, but that's another video. Want to show you around the garden pond. I guess I'll stand up. So this is where I chill. This is my cup from ameliastamps.com, my girl on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, by the way, Andrew has been slaughtering it. We're featuring people's tanks. You can email your tank to editor@dustinsfishtanks.com, and we are featuring those on Instagram. A lot of people have some beautiful tanks, so thank you for everybody showing around that stuff. Also follow me on Instagram, @DustinsFishTanks on Instagram. We're here to show you more. But here's what's up. Got all this going on with the pond. All right, first things first, obviously everything is overgrown with the weeds here. I'll show you my actual plants down here. The ferns doing well. This plant, look at this plant, y'all. Look at this. I forget the name of it, but like that's my coffee cup next to this plant. I hope you all can get that. This plant is absolutely blowing up. Totally love it. This plant was purchased at Mickler's. You can click links around here and check out that 360 video I did at Mickler's. I wish that 360 video would have done better. Here's the plan. In case you all are wondering what's up, we have already gotten with the city of Jessamine County. We're going to be bringing in water here. We're going to be getting with some electric too soon. So the greenhouse 2.0 is coming. Yeah, over here the ficus was out and actually did pretty well. I don't know what this plant is. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. We'll roll around here. Obviously, when you leave for vacation, things get a little overgrown. I got a honey-do list a mile long because I got to do all this weeding or whatever. But you'll notice as we walk out here, something's a little bit different, and I'm going to show you at the end of this video about that. But let's talk about the pond, folks. First things first, water hyacinth. I got a video coming out on Sunday talking about all kinds of invasive species and fish, but the water hyacinth absolutely took over this. And Andrew, I hope you can get this shot. One of my baby koi is out right now. He's hiding away. I got a black and white baby koi in there that's super sweet. So when I came home, I actually removed a ridiculous amount of water hyacinth from the pond. This is about half of what I've removed. So like this was all just up in there. You could barely see any of the plants. So I had to thin this stuff out. Got some Anacris growing in it as well. Let's actually throw that back in there. But the pond was basically choked out. Now, I want to point out a couple of things on here. These have been removed just recently. On the water hyacinth, this can happen in your aquariums too if you look at your plants. The plants tell you the story. These have slightly yellowing underneath, and if you can see on here, there's a few of them with a little bit of yellowing underneath. These are better examples. What happened was the pond got covered in hyacinth. There was no rain until the last day, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Look at the dragonfly greeting me. What's up, dude? On camera. See that? On point, on camera, on cue. Me and him. But what I was saying is the water hyacinth here actually has a little bit of yellowing going on underneath. What that is a lack of nutrients. Well, what happened? The plants covered the entire surface. There was no water changes. There was no rain, and it sucked all of the macro, micro elements out of it. Basically, the plants got a little bit hungry, okay? Now, when I thinned it out, they're a little bit more green, but you can see these were a little bit yellowing on the edges of the hyacinth, fast-growing plant. We'll roll over this way. I want to walk around here. We're going to come back to this in a second because I'm actually going to trim this up for you. Huh, look at this. You think Dusty needs to mow the lawn? 2 weeks time, boom. Overgrown like crazy with the grass, but check this out. This is interesting to me. This is the hibiscus and mallow, and shout out to everybody explaining like what the difference in these plants. This plant stopped flowering. I don't know if it's just a seasonal thing. I don't know if it's a nutrient deficiency. I don't know what's happening, but these used to be big, beautiful flowers. You can click links around here and see how that's going on. I also tried to thin out this. Look,
we're not perfect here. I tried to thin this and add it over here. It slowly died a little bit, but you can see it's kind of coming back just a tiny bit. So the initial stuff, this happens in aquarium plants, this happens in pond plants. It's thinned out, it looks a little bad, but then inside the center here, you can see this new growth coming, and I didn't see this until I got up close. So what I need to do is come out here and hack this. Josh has my scissors, but new growth is coming on these because I wanted to kind of like make a field and kind of hide this right here. So it's coming back, whatever. So I'm curious what's up with this right here. I don't know if it's just I lost it. I don't know if it's just a water or a lack of nutrients in the water or whatever. Obviously, I've got a lot of weeds around here. But let's talk about my favorite plant, the plant that I bring to the aquatic experience every year in Chicago. Probably going to bring it to the aquatic experience this year in New Jersey. Definitely going to bring it with me to Aquacella, bro. Chicago, I can't wait to see you coming up real soon. I think in like 3 weeks. Kids Aquascaping contest coming more on that. But look at this. You all had some great feedback on the Japanese beetles coming through and just tearing this apart. So what I'm gonna do, because this plant grows so quickly, and this is advice that you can use on your Amazon swords, you can use it on your Jungle Val, you can use it on your Sag. I'm showing it full throttle style on the red stem Thalia, and that is this. Just cut these leaves, okay? This leaf is not doing the plant as much good as this leaf because this leaf is beat up. So we're gonna trim this sucker back. That's gonna cause the plant to say, oh sweet, these leaves are working better, and it's gonna grow even more when I do that. Note, it's about to have the giant spike thing coming out the top. Super pumped about that. Get to work, Mom. Yeah, that's right. Give birth to me and then clean up my...
All the way it comes from Ohio to...
Give birth to me and then clean up my pond. That's right, she comes down, I don't even ask her to start cleaning up the pond. She just starts... When I get a new greenhouse, I'll be selling the off runs of this because it's an amazing plant. That's what's up. That's awesome. Red stem Thalia, I bring it in the winter time and I let it sit and it barely lives in the greenhouse, and then I come back out and in the summertime it just goes nuts. But she got beat up. Now it appears as though those beetles are gone. There are not as many beetles on here, but look at that. So there are no more beetles on here. They like gave up on it or whatever. Can't hold this plant down. You all know this, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Dusty, when I pass on to the next life, there is a certain plant that needs to be with me in the afterlife. And that plant is Jungle Val, and I'm about to show you why as I get into a pond with a $200 wireless microphone. Here it is. This is giant Jungle Val, not the regular Val. But look at this plant, folks. This plant is about it, and it ain't living without it. Come down here and I'm going to show you this. Josh and I actually put some of this in an order, but this is giant Jungle Val. Like, oh my, love it, love it, love it. Like, this plant is awesome. There's a reason this plant is in all of my best-selling beginner planted combos. It's also actually left this little container right here and has gone down into the substrate on itself. Oh, by the way, these are the swords that we're selling for a whopping $3. So yeah, you want to get yourself a fully underwater grown sword, there you go. But you can see the Val is actually coming out the top here. I actually saw this plant and I had to get down into the water and play with it when I was up on my beloved Lake Erie. You can check that clip out as well. So Lake Erie style, Erie, PA, family vacation. Josh bet me that I wouldn't be making videos on vacation. But I am, because I with it. I want you guys to see native Jungle Val. Zoom in down here to see the fields of Val. I want this in my coffin when I die. You guys see that? It's amazing. Chuck gets red at the tips. I'm gonna show y'all a little something. People thinking I'm weird pulling the Val out. Jungle Val, baby. Mountain area. Straight up out of there. People were asking what the hell I was doing too.
I gotta get the Val, y'all. A little bit of hornwort in there too. This has nothing to do with fish tanks, but it has to do with plants, so I'm breaking it to you. We had a big storm the day before I got home. This is a water maple. They say you're not supposed to plant these trees, and with good reason. The larger your roots, the larger your plant. Unfortunately, these type of plants don't have that big of roots, but look at this sucker. Hardly any roots, massive tree, like fully has fallen down. So I want to tie it back into aquariums for you. When you have good roots, generally speaking, you'll have good plants. When you don't have good roots, this kind of stuff can happen. But check out this massive tree that came down and has been sitting here to a good home. But look at that. Water maples are meant to be around water, not on streets. Isn't that nuts? All right, this is just hornwort, fast growing, oxygenating plant. Illegal in a bunch of states. Super fly though. This stuff allegedly grows in Siberia. It's Ivan Drago tough. You can click the links around here and check out my bulletproof species. This is one of them. It's illegal for a reason because it grows so freaking fast though, but great for breeding fish, great for absorbing nitrates out of a tank. Fish like getting busy in it. Click links around here for the horniest fish video. Hornwort, invasive species for sure. It'll blow up anywhere. So this is what's up with the pond. Do me a favor, folks, drop me a comment on any sort of overgrown you've seen with like a hyacinth or a water lettuce. Note the difference between the water lettuce and the water hyacinth. The water hyacinth is losing to the water lettuce. The water hyacinth is losing to the water lettuce in this little battle. I've also got some really fire, a little bit leggy, but Stella stellata coming out pretty legit out of the pond here. It loses the lower growth, but then grows like crazy on top. So that's what I'm doing. Hit the like button, subscribe button, share button. Go follow me on Instagram and email editor@dustinsfishtanks.com. Your sick aquariums. Everybody, let me know what you think of this pond and what invasive stuff you got. And let me know if you're doing Aquacella in Chicago. Come on, Maya, run in here to the last video. Say tank on, everybody. Say tank on, Maya. Nope, she's out. Tank on, everybody. Later.